Welcome back to class, everybody. So this is a video on BTMM. So this video will be talking about the BTMM market session. So you want to, in this video, I'll be telling you the reason why BTMM only have 3 sessions. So this is the basic questions. In the last video, when I was talking about BTMM, I made mention of the fact that BTMM only has 3 sessions, which is the Asian session, the London, and the New York. So, but the question is, are there only 3 sessions in the market? No, there are more than 3 sessions in the market. As you can see on my screen right here, there are more than 3 sessions in the market. So this website, I'm going to be leaving the link to this website. One of the advantages of this website is that it gives you the time zone. You know, when you click on this time zone, it's going to give you different countries time zone. So all this market session will then invariably change to your time zone. And another beauty of this website is that it also gives room for daylight savings. Ordinarily, London opens at around 8 o'clock a.m. Nigerian time, but now look at it, it's 9 o'clock a.m. Nigerian time. Why? Because of daylight saving, which is always 1 hour ahead. We're always 1 hour ahead. So that is it. So it's very, very helpful when it comes to looking at market session. It helps you to know when the market that is on session and which market is closed and when it will close also. So without further speaking much, let us go into today's class. So now we have different kind of sessions. We have the Frankfurt, London, New York, Sydney, and Tokyo. Now, one of the things that you should quickly note about this is that they cover different time zones. Frankfurt covers the Europe zone, London also covers the Europe zone, but different countries. So New York covers the American zone, Sydney covers the Australian zone, while the Tokyo covers the Asian zone. So you can see that. So one of the things that you should quickly note about these zones is that they cover continents, not just country. They might be given the name of a country, but basically that market is a continental market. Okay, so take for London and Frankfurt, they cover the whole of Europe. So America covers the whole of Americans, the North America, South America, while the Sydney covers the whole of the Australians, and then while Tokyo covers that of the whole of Asia. So now, why 3? Now, if you notice, Frankfurt opens at around 8 o'clock a.m., closes 4 o'clock p.m., while London opens at around 9 o'clock a.m. and closes at around 5 o'clock p.m. Now, one of the things you notice is that Frankfurt is 1 hour ahead of London. So, but when London comes in play, Frankfurt is already opened already. Frankfurt already opened, which means that this is a market overlapping. So market overlap, and this is the basic saying that the most volatile market, the most volatile time of the market is when 2 or more sessions of the market are active. So when you have 2 or more sessions that are actively in the market or that are active in the market, then the market will be very, very volatile. So in this kind of a case, Frankfurt and London are already in session, so it's very, very volatile. That's why when you look at London, when you say trade during London session, the reason London is volatile is because Frankfurt also is on the session at that time. So that's the reason. And more so, these 2 sessions are Europe. They both cover the same zones, which is the European zone. So then that's why BTM says, okay, go for London session. Why? Because the 2 sessions are actively in the market during London session, which is London and Frankfurt. Now, coming to the New York session, what happened to the New York session? When New York opens, it opens at around 2 o'clock p.m. and closes at around 10 o'clock p.m. Nigerian time. Now, when it opens, what happened? Frankfurt and London are still in session. So, which means that when New York is in session, there are 2 other markets that are in session. So, that's why you listen that when people tell you the most active the most volatile period of the market is during the New York session. It's not because New York has a sweet name. No, it's because 2 more sessions are active. When you had New York inclusive, making 3 sessions, that is the most volatile market. It's very, very active, highly volatile. 3. So this New York then stands on its own. Why? Because it covers the whole of American sessions also. So it stands on its own because of its volatility and overlapping. Now we have the Sydney. Look at this Sydney. This Sydney opens at around 10 o'clock p.m. When Sydney opens, New York had already closed. New York closes at around 10 o'clock p.m. Sydney opens at around 10 o'clock p.m. So New York already closed. London already closed, Frankfurt already closed. So Sydney is the only one on session. So which means that at this time the market is always very docile and not so volatile, because the only market makers that in the market are just the Sydney. It is not so volatile. So just only one market participant. So it is so volatile. So I mean it is so less. It is very docile, not volatile. But then the Tokyo guys, they come in at around 12 o'clock a.m. So when they come in, Sydney is already in the market, making it two market participants. So making it more volatile than when the Sydney is on session. Then we now have to, so then BTMM then go for two. I mean then it went for Tokyo session. You know, saying Tokyo Asian session. This is the Asian session. So now we have Frankfurt and London are 1, New York 2, then Sydney and Tokyo are 1, making it 3. Why? Because of the overlapping. These Frankfurt and London overlap together, which makes it 1. New York overlaps with London and New York, making it 2. Sydney and Tokyo overlap, making it 3. So that's how the 3 are being derived. So simple and so straightforward, without any stress. So that's why you see that they tell you pay attention to London and New York and Asian also. So that is it for today's class. By next week we'll be releasing. We'll start from the pattern next week. So if you find informative and you find value in this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and comment 1 or 2 about this video, what you don't understand or what you feel I should have added, and include it in the comments. See you in the next video, guys. Stay profitable in the market.